Okay, Tortured Toffee here with Gary, who's the Belfast Kopite on TikTok. I do remember your channel on TikTok, Gary, when it was like a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
So I've been supporting from quite early on. And
Yeah.
what are you on now?
12,500, I think, at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing well then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's went up. It's went up quite a bit. I got lucky, I would say, with one particular video that I did with my son. And
All
that
right.
got me a lot of viewers. Yeah, yeah, it did. It did very well. Very well.
I noticed, right, and I just want to support you here. You do get a little bit of abuse sometimes because you're not from Liverpool. All I'm going to say to that is, the other day when you played Real Madrid, I seen you had to catch a flight at 6 o'clock in the morning, I think it was.
Yeah.
It got delayed. Then that flight was to Manchester, so you then have to travel from Manchester to Liverpool. And then I think the next day, do the same again, back the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, that type of dedication, some fans wouldn't do that, you know what I mean? So anyone who gives you abuse, just ignore them, mate, honestly.
Yeah, well, I'm well used to it anyway, but there's guys that do that week in and week out for home games. I mean, I would get over maybe 2-3 times a year if I was lucky. But the guys who do that every 2 weeks for home games in the Premier League, Cup games, and European games as well. There's dedicated fans from here, from all around here. There's hundreds of people who do that every other week.
I will banter Liverpool fans about them type of situations, but it is just banter.
Yeah,
not so much. I'm not bantering the fans from out of town. I'm bantering Scousers about it, saying,
yeah,
you don't even go to the game and all that. It is just banter, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
But people, when it's your own fans attacking you, I think that's a bit much, isn't it?
Well, I'm the same. I'm sort of more or less banter on my page, but I do get abuse, and sometimes I just take that abuse and I run with it. Use it.
No, I think you do well with it. I really do, because you always seem to turn it back on the person.
Yeah.
And it just
But
makes you look stupid and helps you.
Yeah, you have to sometimes. That's what you got to do. You got to sort of rise above it and use it to your advantage.
Well, you can use it to your advantage, can't you? Because then people don't realise by hating, they're making your page bigger anyway. So
exactly, you're getting the interaction that you need for the page to grow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So enough about the losers. Anyway, let's talk about the Merseyside derby. We're not far away now, and the way Liverpool are playing and the way Everton are playing, it's totally opposite at the moment. Do you see this as an easier fixture than it should be?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. Form, and when it comes to the Merseyside derby, just goes out the window completely.
I would like to think...
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Liverpool are flying high and Everton are potentially in the relegation battle. Form just goes out the window when it comes to the Merseyside derby every year. Yeah, it's different gravy, 100%.
I mean, I can understand like your logic, but just as an Everton fan, we won in April at Goodison, but before then it was 14 years.
Yeah.
Since we'd won at Goodison against Liverpool. I think that's disgraceful. No matter how good Liverpool are, we're both in the Premier League. So not to win at home against any team for 14 years is a disgrace to me.
Yeah. There was a lot of draws in there too, and I think yeah, and Liverpool didn't lose to Everton. I think it was 22 years at Anfield.
Yeah.
2020, 2021, I think it was, something like that.
I think it was 22 years, because it was 1999, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was a big gap there, but yeah. I mean, the Merseyside derby is just it's different gravy, 100%. It's unlike any other game. It's unlike even the Rangers Celtic game. It's just completely altogether. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit different because not so much now, but in the past you used to get both sets of fans sitting together in a lot of the derbies. I used to get my friend tickets when I was younger, and he's a Liverpool fan, and he'd be sitting with Everton fans, but nothing would really get said. It was okay, but you don't really get it now. I think it's more to do with the clubs clamping down on it than any trouble actually happening, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, probably. And that's a sad thing, actually, yeah. That's a really sad thing, I believe. If it was more like that, things would be different, yeah.
Yeah, it is known as the friendly derby, but it's far from friendly most of the time on the day, I think.
Yeah, on the pitch, definitely, yeah. 100% on the pitch, yeah.
Yeah, so have you got high hopes? Do you think ultimately you will probably win the game?
I hope. Obviously, I hope so. The way we've been playing at the moment, yeah, could you bet against them really? But as I say, it is different. We have injuries now. Konate's out for maybe 5 or 6 weeks. That's going to hurt us because him and Virgil had such a pairing this year. They've really built up quite a really, really good relationship. They know what each other is doing, and they're solid at the back. So Quads are coming in, or maybe I would say maybe Gomez would come in to deputise for Konate. Are you going to have the same link between the two that you had with Virgil and Konate? I don't know. So defensively,
Are he also out? Did I hear right there? Connor Bradley, is he out too?
I haven't heard about Connor Bradley, but he was amazing on Wednesday. Absolutely, he showed what he can do. I haven't heard any injury updates on him, but I hope he's not, because I think Trent's back in training. But again, Bradley has just shown what he can do.
I've said this to every Red I've spoke to. I think the only success, or the only way Everton can really try to get at Liverpool, is the fullbacks in terms of balls to back posts for Calvin Lewin, because I think your fullbacks early, you can't handle them, whereas your two centre halves will deal with them all day, because you've got good centre halves who are good in the air. Back post, if it's Robertson or Alexander-Arnold, as we actually seen in the last derby, they're not so good at that type of defending. And Everton,
Gomez might struggle as well in that department too.
Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely over Konate. Konate be far better than Gomez at that, definitely. But I think there maybe is a weakness there in the fullbacks, as you say, especially with Robertson. He hasn't been playing great this year, but
it's not that I think Robinson's a bad player. I just think that's his weakness, the aerial part of it, which you can allow for how good he's been. So I'm just trying to look at positives for Everton, and that's the only weakness I can see in Liverpool. Whereas with Liverpool, they can open us up in a multitude of ways.
Yeah, our strength is obviously going forward. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm really scared about the Diaz versus Ashley Young, because 39 years old against someone like Lewis, that's not good, is it?
Well, even Gakpo, there's a serious battle going on between Diaz and Gakpo for starting position. And they're
both the best out of players, though, doesn't it? When there's
exactly, 100%. They're fighting for that place, and they're doing 100%.
So you've got a score prediction for me then?
I would say 2-1. 2-1.
You've got a first goal scorer.
First goal scorer, McAllister.
That's still okay. I'll just stay positive, even though I don't really believe in. I'll say 1-0 Everton. Calvert Lewin.
I don't think you'll be able to shut us out.
No, I know. Well, I don't even, anything I say, I wouldn't believe it, so I'm just going to go with that.
Predictions are hard. I predicted 4-1 on Wednesday, ended up 2-0.
Yeah.
Any other predictions I've done during this season have got me into trouble, especially the Forest one. That really got me into trouble. That exactly. We've been riding. Yeah, we've been riding high, but we will come down with a crash at some point. Even if it's only for a game or two. Yeah, you can't go on winning every game.
No, there's just a point where nothing clicks, and there's 3 or 4 players who just off it, and it just bleeds through the team, doesn't it? And
yeah, I mean, we had that after the international break against Forest, and things just didn't click. We just didn't play well. Many blamed that on the tiredness from the international break, but that's no excuse. We could have rotated the squad a little bit, put some fresher players in for that game. But it's just a bit of a headache. But it will happen. Ultimately, it will happen.
Being at Goodison Park in its last season, you'll have a favourite memory to give me Goodison Park, and it doesn't have to be anything to do with Liverpool. Just if you can think of something that you just have a fond memory of Goodison Park.
It wasn't even in my lifetime, but it's something that no Red can say is that Pelé never scored at Anfield.
Yeah.
Pelé scored at Goodison Park.
You got good knowledge.
And it's the 6 World Cup. Yeah, I mean Brazil played what were the 3 games they played? Played all their group games.
Yeah.
At Goodison, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the semi-final was played at Goodison. I think it was supposed to be the England semi-final, wasn't it? And it swapped to the German semi-final.
Yeah, but that was back in a time when Goodison was actually one of the best stadiums in the world, and now she's just old now.
That's what he used to call it. Was it the Grand Old Lady? Is that what they used to call it?
Grand Old Lady, that's how she's known, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I mean,
Weird, isn't it? Me saying three,
no Red can say that Pele played and scored at Anfield.
but I'm sure there's plenty of other world-class players who've done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's something we have on us anyway, definitely. Yeah,
I like that. It's a good memory.
yeah.
You're the third Red I've spoke to now. And only one said a memory that actually was something to do with Liverpool, which was Vero. You know Vero. He said Gary McAllister. Do you remember the Gary McAllister goal in the last minute, the free kick?
Yeah, that's not a great player, Gary McAllister. Yeah, loved him.
Yeah,
loved him.
So when's the next time do you think you'll get to a game at Anfield then?
I'm hoping, because I got there on Wednesday, I wasted a lot of privilege getting over. I would say if I can get over for maybe the last game of the season against Crystal Palace, I'll be doing well. I would say it's only really once or twice, 2 or 3 times most I get over per season. And I was over for the Brentford game.
One though, didn't you?
The Madrid game again was probably going to be a once in a lifetime event for me. Having to do what I, where I come from, what I have to do to get to a game, especially. So hopefully I can get to the Crystal Palace game at the end of the season and watch them lift the Premier League trophy.
Is that the very last game, is it?
Yeah, that's the last game of the season.
I would say good luck with that, but I don't think I'd really mean it. I mean,
of course you wouldn't.
Hopefully you get a ticket, but to be honest with you, do you know if someone said to me right now, I guarantee you Everton don't go down, but Liverpool will win the league, I'd take it, mate. So
it's the most. I do not want Everton to go down. I mean, a lot of friends would probably say that. I wouldn't, because
no.
If Everton go down, there's no Merseyside derby. So
exactly, and I've said the same in the past. Not that it's ever been on the cards for Liverpool, but I wouldn't want them to go down because, as you said, the Merseyside derby's gone. There's a bit of banter that's gone. It's not really the same, and it's nice having 2 teams in one city in the Premier League. I know you're not actually from the city, but
yeah,
it is nice that people know.
It's special. Yeah, it's special. It really is. The Premier League wouldn't be the Premier League without it. Really, yeah. I mean, it's so exciting for both sets of fans.
Yeah.
I read somewhere in the Premier League era that there's been Liverpool have won 5 games in stoppage time against Everton in the Merseyside derby in the Premier League era.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get more exciting than that.
I don't think we've ever won one in stoppage time. We've scored an equaliser. I think it was Jagielka at Anfield, if you remember that one. That was in stoppage time, but other than that, I don't think we win games in stoppage time in the Merseyside derby anyway.
Yeah.
So do you think, what do you think of Everton? Do you think we're safe? Are you confident we're going to survive? Or do you think...
I'm confident. I'm not confident you'll have the same manager by the end of the season, but I'm confident you'll survive.
Yeah.
You've got to survive. I mean, I'm rooting for you.
Oh, that's nice, thank you.
I want you to stay up. I really do want you to stay up. It just wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't be the same otherwise. Definitely.
I just think I've said this to other people as well, but I think the thing that might save us is I think there's teams that are worse than us. At least 3 or 4 of them teams are worse than us. And I think that's what might save us in the end because we're not great ourselves.
Yeah.
Our December fixtures are just awful. We've got...
Yeah, I've seen that. Actually, I've seen that fixtures you've got, and it is crazy.
I think after we play Liverpool, it's like Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. It's like...
Well, when Man City's playing, you get a result against Man City.
It's on Boxing Day as well.
There's a favour at least, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind doing you a favour that keeps us up.
Exactly, yeah, 100%. Yeah, true.
So, a hard question I'm going to ask you, because it is hard because of how good Liverpool are. If you had to take a player from Everton's team and they have to start for Liverpool every week, who are you taking to replace one of them superstars in your team?
It's probably no surprise after what I said earlier on, but Mykolenko.
Mykolenko, really, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's a decent defender. It's just going forward, he's terrible.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even worry so much about that. I mean, Andy Robertson, he was really good going forward. He was a cracking wing back in recent years, but he's just getting on a little bit now. I've watched him with my eyes a couple of times this season, and he doesn't have the same pace. He's not as sharp on the turn. He's just not as good as he used to be. He's part of a lion, and he tries his utmost in everything. He gives everything. But just physically, I just don't feel like he's quite up to the task now that he was before. So if I was to change anybody out, it would probably be Robbo.
Do you think if you could find a left back, or he had confidence in any of the left backs, that maybe it'd be time to move him on? Because I think he could still play Premier League, just maybe mid-table Premier League.
Yeah, I think after this season, I think, what age is he now? Is he 30, 31? I can't remember what age he is actually. But he's just getting on that little bit that I don't think he's going to get. He might not get a contract extension. The contract ringroll that's happening at the moment, I can't see it happening with him. He can definitely play Premier League for another 2-3 seasons, 100%. Maybe even longer than that. But I think after this season, the following season, if he stays fit and injury free and stuff like that, I don't think we'll get much more out of him than that. But he's been a real servant to the club, 100%.
Yeah, it's a shame when you see your best players like starting to go off the boil a little bit, because you do feel bad for them, but there's no room for sentiment and stuff like that.
No, I mean every player has, it's like anything else. Every player has a shelf life.
Yeah,
they're going to be at their best, and some of them are getting past that. I mean, Salah is he's bucking that trend. I think Salah this season has been as good as he's been for any other season, and he's 32 now, I think.
I think there's anything in that, the fact that his contract is nearly up, and he's either playing for a big contract or playing for a big move. Do you think that's extra motivation, or do you just think Mo Salah's being Mo Salah?
I just think Mo Salah is being Mo Salah. I don't think he's motivated by a contract extension. I just think he wants to play football at the highest level. I think that's what he's doing, and he's showing that every year. And I think I've said this before, I think he's probably the world's most disrespected footballer in terms of that, because the stats that he puts out are incredible, and not even to get in the top 30 in the Ballon d'Or this year or last year.
I didn't actually know that.
He wasn't even named in the top 30, and there's other players named in there. Where did that come from? Salah should have been there 100%. But I think there's many players who are disrespected as well, in football. But I think he's probably the most disrespected, I would say.
All right. So can I ask you, being from Belfast, why Liverpool? How did that happen? I know you've probably told this story before, but
I have told it. I mean, I've been a Liverpool supporter for over 40 years. I go to it a little bit on my page. Back when I was, 6, 7, 8 years old, there was only 3 TV channels back in that day. A lot of my friends who I grew up with were Manchester United supporters. My favourite colour was red. I loved red kits, but I didn't want to go with everybody and support Manchester United. So I saw Liverpool on TV playing, and I thought I loved the way they played. I thought that was my team. I suppose they were champions that year. I think it was the 81-82 season or 82-83. So they were champions that year. Thus, people call me a glory hunter as well. But I was 7, 8 years old. What did I know about being a glory hunter? But I get called that all the time. But that's the story behind it. And just ever since then, I've followed the Reds.
As I said, don't make people who call you a glory hunter. You only have to look at the effort you make when you do actually come to a game, and what you have to do, and the money you have to spend to just get that privilege for 90 minutes where they live down the road. You know what I mean? It's not something that you can do every week.
I can't understand how anybody could call any Red a glory hunter when we'll have one Premier League title in 34 years. With 20 league titles in all. A lot of people believe that football only started in 1992 when the Premier League era began. Yeah, it's been going for a lot longer than that. I mean, there was a drought. There was a big drought there.
Yeah.
All Reds stuck with it, with their team. They're not going to go and support anybody else. We're not glory hunters. Definitely not. Definitely.
Well, I am certainly not. I know that.
Yeah, you can't tell or ask anybody that was never a supporter, have they been a glory hunter? No.
Do you know any Everton supporters in Belfast?
Yeah, I know one in not in Belfast. He's up the country from here, about maybe 15 miles or so from here. An Everton supporter, and he's on here. He's on TikTok actually. So really? I must message him actually, because I said I was going to meet up with him for the derby. So we'll maybe get that done. Yeah, then we get that done.
I feel sorry for him.
A lot of Pepper supporters. Actually, there's one gentleman that I know. He goes to he attends our church, and
Right.
is George, and he's never a supporter. So I love seeing him and giving him the stick.
You do me a favour when you see him in church. Could you tell him to pray a little harder? It's not working so far.
I will do. 100%.
Have you got much planned for the rest of your day?
No, just our electricity is going off tomorrow for the whole day, so we're preparing for that. Obviously, we've got a 20-month-old in the house, so we'll need to get everything sort of sorted for the electricity going off all day tomorrow.
Is it just the one kid you've got?
Yeah, little boy, 20-month-old.
My little boy's only 3. He's just turned 3 in October, but I've got a 9-year-old, well, nearly 9 anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that the one you took to the aquarium?
Yeah. Oh, do you remember that video?
That made me laugh. I told that to my niece.
I was shocked to see Salah in the aquarium, to be honest, but it made sense when I seen what he was doing.
It was just the punchline at the end was brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. I laughed at that. Yeah, it was good. Really good.
I seen I got you on TikTok with the Kopite to Gobshites one as well.
Yes, I stuck around for that whole minute or so, whatever it was, to get that off.
I've had some abuse over that anyway, so.
Of course you will, but listen, that's just pure banter.
Yeah, it is. That's all it is. But I don't understand why little me, can make someone so angry where they'll be so personal. Tell me to get hit by a bus or something. I mean, that's like another level. I think that's something wrong with them. That's not me. I haven't wound them up that much.
That's just people on here, and you will get that on TikTok. I mean, anybody saying that will never have a picture of their own face up. It's usually a username with user and
numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or your good mate Dave.
Yeah.
He's on here all the time giving people abuse. He has about maybe 4 or 5. He's multiple accounts anyway. he gives Reds a lot of abuse on here, so he does. But I've just blocked him.
I don't block them no more because, as we were saying before, I always feel like they're helping my channel. Say what you want.
I thought that too, but at the time, I did start blocking them, and then I stopped blocking them, and then I've just started to block them again because I just haven't got time for them.
Yeah,
I really can't be bothered.
I mean, there's certain things, if they said I would block them, if they went a little bit too far, but on the whole, me leaving the comment there hurts them more because other people are probably thinking, no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I have sort of a policy where if they say something or mention something or call me something in particular, whatever, then I'll just block them straight away.
Yeah,
I mean, I could call Paddy all the time. I could call Glory Hunter. I could call all that sort of stuff. Imagine flying to home games, things like that there. But they're fine. That doesn't hurt me one little bit. But if they're doing any sort of tragedy chanting or anything like that,
I don't.
They're gone. They're gone straight away. 100%. Not going to have that on the page.
I was telling Vero about that the other day. I remember I put a video up about 2 months ago now, and someone mentioned something about Hazel and Hillsborough. So I done a video replying to it saying, listen, I won't put up with stuff like that on my channel. It's not, I do banter Liverpool, but I won't put up with that. I mean, that's too far. I do not do it depth mocking and nothing like that. TikTok took my video down.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I left their comment up, and I was like, I can't win here. I don't know what to do.
I don't know where they get their priorities from. I really don't when they can do things like that. I mean, obviously people word it in such a way that they know they're not going to get that comment in particular removed by TikTok. There's sometimes some people are very clever at what they do and that, but I don't put up with any of that sort of stuff now. It just gets deleted and blocked, and that's it. They're gone.
I do agree with that part of it.
Yeah, I don't engage on them at all now. I used to feel obligated to try and engage with them, but that just got out of control then.
It gets boring, doesn't it? And once someone said something and you see it multiple times, it's like it doesn't even register no more. I just skip past it. I'm not even paying attention to it.
Yeah. That's what you need to do. But I haven't got my head around that just yet. Sometimes if I see something, I feel obligated to respond to it. Sometimes I can get my head in gear and go, no, just block and delete, and that's it, gone. Just for
My wife, she's a bed, and even like she'll read some of the comments sometimes, and she's like, "Seen what they said?" I said, "Listen, just ignore them. They want a reaction to it. If you just ignore them."
Yeah, so, some of them want to be, want to get into a debate with you. Others just, if you do a video on that comment, they'll hate the attention, and they'll remove the post or they'll block you or whatever. Some of them just don't like the attention. They think they can type these little things and disappear into the background and come after them. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But yeah, I just need to get my head around that.
I was looking forward to talking to you about stuff like this because I did see you get a lot of abuse, and I just don't agree with it at all. And yeah, I've always got your back anyway.
Cheers. I mean, I put up one post in particular with a background of some of the comments that were actually reviewed and deleted, and some of them are just crazy. That was some of the harder stuff that I get, but it's basically because of where I'm from, Yeah. That's the reason.
It doesn't matter where someone's from. No, that's what I don't understand. If you support that team, you can banter about it, but there's a level, isn't there, you can go to. But once you go past that, it's just like hateful.
There's always the thing, because in Belfast people say, "But you're Irish," and I say, "I'm not Irish," and that gets their back up, and I love that. I mean, I'm a British citizen. I'm Northern Irish. I don't even consider myself to be Irish, but I tell them I'm not because it gets their back up, and it gets, and it's great, and I love a bit of that to and fro banter.
That's good. If you can get back at them by saying something will get to them, then why shouldn't you say it? Because they're trying to ruin your day. Why can't you do it back?
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
But so as you say, it's all engagement. It's all good. It's all good for the page and helps the page grow.
It is, exactly. And I just want to say to you, as far as TikTok goes and just meeting you in general now through the screen, you are absolutely one of my favourite Reds. Honestly, you really are. And it takes a lot for me to say that. It takes a lot for me to say that.
You're my favourite toffee.
Oh, that's good.
Apart from
your mate who lives close to you will be happy about that. But
apart from George is a nice man, I have to say. He's a nice man. Yeah, definitely, 100%. I do.
I just like how, like I said, I like how you reply to people. It's always non-confrontational with you. It's just like, these are the facts, and you always seem to just.
That's one thing I sort of pride myself on. I try to be straight. If there's a controversy in a particular game, even a Liverpool game, it's a penalty or a send off or whatever, I will tell it how I see it. Even it doesn't matter who is playing. If it's United, if it's Everton, Tottenham, whatever, I will tell it as I see it, and I try not to show any bias whatsoever. Pen will say it's a pen. If it's not, I'll say it's not.
I do remember when we hadn't won a game. Not that we've won many this season. We hadn't won a game all this season, and the first time we won a game, you did send me a message saying "well done." So I do appreciate that. Not many Reds would send me a message saying "well done."
I don't want Everton to go down. I think the Premier League will be poorer for it.
Well, I do, obviously, but you can't keep dancing with the devil, can you? And not get bit at some point.
It's been ongoing for a few years now, hasn't it? Really, you really dig yourselves out of this hole, and I don't really know how you'd go about doing that, but
we'll see. Hopefully, this new ground will. Is that your kid shouting you, sorry?
The background there, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go then, but thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks very much.
I'll see you soon on TikTok.
Yep, you too. All the best.
Peace out, mate. Bye.